One of the scariest things for any HR leader isn't hiring, it's losing. Not just losing people, but losing them faster than you can actually replace them. Because behind every resignation letter lies a deeper story, one that quietly eats away at your company's culture, productivity, and reputation. When employees leave, it's rarely just a number on a dashboard. Sometimes it's a quiet, slow, steady shrinking of your workforce. Other times, it's loud, a wave of resignations that leaves your team scrambling to fill empty chairs. That's where attrition and turnover come into play. They sound similar, but they cut in different ways. Attrition is subtle, employees leave and aren't replaced. On paper, it looks harmless, maybe even efficient at times. But over time, it drains your organization of its depth. Decision making weakens, knowledge disappears, and your younger employees are left navigating without a proper compass. Now, turnover, on the other hand, is chaos in motion. People leave, you replace them, but each replacement comes at a heavy cost. Recruitment, training, lost productivity, and the emotional fatigue of constant change. Hi, I'm Sanjeevani from Vantage Circle, and today I am going to show you what really happens when people keep living and how you as HR can stop the spiral before it dismantles what your teams have worked so hard to build. Now let's understand what really happens when people leave. Number one, the domino effect on culture. You see, the moment one key employee leaves, others start to question their place too. That's how attrition turns contagious. Culture is fragile. It doesn't collapse loudly. It kind of dissolves quietly. And when you lose your culture, no policy, bonus, or hiring spree can bring it back. Trust me on this. Number two, the financial drain that no one talks about. Every exit costs you more than you think. Recruitment expenses, training, replacements, lost productivity. Sure, you have heard all of that before. But the hidden cost is momentum. Projects slow down, team lose focus, trying to adjust. By the time you find the right replacement, the business has already paid for the departure several times over. Next up is number three, the reputation spiral. When turnover spikes, word spreads fast on Glassdoor, on LinkedIn, and among potential hires. Suddenly, you're not just losing people, you're losing credibility. The best candidates start avoiding you, assuming something's wrong. Even your existing employees and clients begin to distance themselves from a brand that feels unstable. Now, between the two, attrition might seem harmless, while turnover feels like a real crisis. But the truth is, both are warning signs. Attrition shows disengagement, while turnover shows dissatisfaction. So what can you do about it? Let's see how HR can take control before the damage becomes irreversible. So now we know the problem, but what's the solution? That is important. How HR can regain control. So, number one is track both but analyze differently. You see, the key isn't just tracking numbers, but understanding patterns. Attrition may not always require urgent action, but turnover almost always does. Segment your data to see who's leaving, why, and from which teams. Voluntary exits, especially from high performers, should set off alarms. Solution number two would be conduct exit interviews that go beyond formality. Most exit interviews are just tick box exercises. Don't make that mistake. Use them to identify cultural red flags like poor leadership, lack of growth, or burnout. The goal isn't to convince them to stay, but to prevent the next one from leaving. Third, and a very important one, prioritize leadership coaching. More often than not, people don't leave companies, they escape toxic leaders. Invest in leadership development. Train your managers to recognize disengagement early, to communicate with empathy, and to manage workloads before burnout sets in. Leadership coaching is very, very crucial. So ask yourself, are people leaving your company because they have outgrown it or because you have stopped growing with them? Share your thoughts in the comments below and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.